Today, so what are you looking at? We know the issues that happened before Parliament went away for the campaign and all. Who is sitting where today?
I'm sure we'll get indication of that. All of those are matters, as we've said over and over again, which are direct of Speaker. And we expect that today, as tempers are lower, we will give clarity. We always said that we had outstanding business that needed to be completed. We are hopeful that today he would ensure that that outstanding business is put on the table, so that we can do it on behalf of the people.
I know you are yet to see the other pay plan for today, but do you already have certain issues you are looking at addressing today in the House?
You recall that when the initial recall was triggered, we listed a number of things that we wanted to handle. Those are the issues that we're expecting to see on the other paper today.
Can you just give us
It will be the same issues on there.
Right, okay, thank you very much.
What do you mean we are coming back to close business?
Who told you are coming to close business?
No, for the 8th Parliament, we are wrapping up. What's your view?
Okay. Oh, yeah,
we are wrapping up the 8th Parliament, starting today.
Clearly, let me say a very good morning to our cherished viewers. As a matter of fact, this is our constitutional mandate. We have the duty to pass the vote on account. We should have done it before going to the elections. Unfortunately, we couldn't. But now that we still have some space, between today and Friday, we must be able to pass it. So that Ghanaians will be paid their salaries for January, February, and March. And to enable the new government or incoming government to be able to pass, use the 3 months to prepare and come out with a whole budget that will cover his manifesto that was used in the campaigning period. And that is the only thing that we're going to do.
For the whole 4 days.
That is the only stated changes in the certain arrangement?
Yes, I'm now going to enter. The sitting arrangement, it depends on when I enter anywhere that I get.
Already we've seen a number of members from the NPP caucus seated on the majority side.
If they sit on one side, we'll sit on the other side. There's no need to litigate about this.
Thank you very much.
You make the case that you're just going to be considering the budget on account. Is that the only business you are expected on the
That
floor?
should be our topmost priority. We must protect the democracy. And that could have been done before going to the elections. And we can't use this precious time in doing other things while that one is there. We must do it to give hope to the Ghanaian working class that in January they will be assured of their salaries, February they will be assured of their salaries, and March they will be assured of their salaries, to enable, the incoming presidency is coming to the stakeholder consultations, take the input of all the generality of Ghanaians before coming out with his budget for the 2025. And normally this is a procedural thing that we've been doing. So I don't think that we should put it aside and be doing other things.
You expect the president to come around and give his final State of the Nation address as well?
It's a constitutional mandate, and he must perform it.
When?
That one would depend on, because the Parliament is not going to be dissolved now. The Parliament will be dissolved on the 6th of January. And that statement or message on the dissolution of Parliament may come somewhere on the 6th of January or on the 2nd of January. So that one depends, and that one lies in the hands of the president, not mine.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Good brother.
I expect that every member of Parliament will attend.
There are concerns that people like yourself who lost your seats are not really interested in what happened in the remainder of the 8th Parliament. Do you get
my presence here certainly throws into the data session. I lost the election for the 9th Parliament. I'm still a member of 8th Parliament, representing the good people of Second A, and I'm here to do my job.
Well, finally, the first HS bill is up for discussion today. A lot of bills there: social protection bill, the financial stability fund.
Why do you say it's up for discussion today? It's business that has been tabled for this side of the term of Parliament. And so we'll start work. We'll do the ones that we can't today. We'll continue tomorrow until Parliament goes on recess finally. I believe on the midnight of the 6th of January 2025.
So you're expected you are confident it will be passed?
Business committee will meet, leadership will confer. I'm a regular member of Parliament, so I'm coming to set whatever business is tabled for us to deliberate on. I'll participate and make sure that we get to do what we have to do for the people of Ghana.
No, let's do one. Yeah, let's do one. Hey. Yeah, I'm standing out there. By walk on in our hand. I will be a chair. Munquachi, then you like when I say. You are the hero. You are the hero. We're hero. Munquachi.
The way they stand, they no good.
Space is dark.
Sorry,
That was what? Because maybe repeating English, all English guys must say, we finish when you do three. In one I started.
Right, thank you very much, Honorable, and you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Good morning to you.
So
The fourth estate of the realm.
Right, so this is the first meeting after the back and forth in Parliament before the election. How do you feel about this call?
I think this is a very important call. We have some serious business to do, and this goes in favor of the incoming administration. We have the Amendments Committee bill to pass. That's the Article 71 of this. We also have the vote to account budget for the first quarter of next year. These are all things going in favor of the incoming administration. I hope that common sense will prevail and Speaker will take charge today. We speak we sit in our respective positions and do justice to these things for the sake of Mother Ghana.
Now, we know that the back and forth was as a result of who was to occupy which side of the House. Now, we know how the 9th Parliament is going to be like, but for today's sitting, what are your expectations, especially from the current minority side, in terms of who sits where?
Well, as I think common sense will prevail, the Speaker will sit on the NPP majority side on the 8th Parliamentary seat to his right. Because we have some pressing issues I've mentioned. We have two issues that the President-elect and his NDC members of Parliament who are looking for us to do justice to. That's the Article 71 holders, the Amendments Committee bill that's coming before us. And two, the vote to account budget for the first quarter of 2023. These are all things that will inure to the benefit of the NDC incoming majority caucus coming in on the 7th of January. So I don't think the Supreme Court has ruled, and we are lawmakers. We are bound by the ruling of the Supreme Court. So we come into and just get on to the actual business of the House and make sure that we do it for the sake of Mother Ghana and for the sake of our Parliament.
Now, prior to the election, there were a number of issues that you personally raised. You were seen as not in support of certain things, even from your own side. Now, with the aftermath of the elections, what have happened? Do you feel vindicated?
Well, I'm here to serve Ghana. I'm not here to serve a political party. Do I belong to a political party? Yes. But once I swear an oath of office as a member of Parliament, my duty or my fidelity is to the constitution, not to the NPP. And I've made a point on several platforms that those who have difficulty in accepting my position, that's fine. by my position according to the oath that I read, the verbs in the oath, adjectives in the oath that I read. It's simple to uphold the Constitution. My fidelity is to the Constitution of Ghana. It's not to the political party. Once you enter this chamber, you are looking at Ghana. But without Ghana, there will be no NPP, there will be no NDC. That's what we forget to bear in mind. I come here to do what is required for developing Ghana. I've served up over 5 decades of my life in this country, some out of the country. But I believe that we've seen the worst, and we don't want the worst to happen. What brought the champions coup d'etat? Just to do with inflation. What brought Rolls' coup d'etat? Because of hoarding. You've seen all these things. I'm not going to allow anybody to sit somewhere and dictate to me what I should do or what I think is best for this country. We've made a decision. We are going to stand by it. If what I was telling the government middle of 2022, we did fail to listen. It was my own doing. You've seen the results. If what I was trying to tell the president, I've been vindicated by happenings, and more so the polls as conducted on the 7th of December 2024, Ghanaians are the better judges. And I kept saying that posterity will be on my side because I knew what I was talking about. So posterity has proved me right. It's up to the rest to accept the fact that we were not being fair to the issues. We are not being fair to the issues. You cannot win an election in this country without the economy. The economy. It's as simple as that. If you want to win the election in this country, you need to make sure that the economy is on a sound footing. We fail to do that, and we punished because of that. So that is that.
Honorable, just briefly on expectations today, there are sentiments shared across that a number of your colleagues might not make it to the floor of the House today after the defeats.
Why are we speculating?
What's the general sentiment from within your caucus?
There's no sentiment. The sentiment is that we will recall by party. That's the job that we were elected to do. So everybody must show their face here. It's as simple as that.
And everybody will be here to
I suspect so. That's the job we're elected to do. The Speaker has summoned Parliament. We have important business of state to handle and to deal with. So we must all show our faces. So I'm sure our colleagues will be here in their number. I'm not so sure about my NDC colleagues because they are still in the jubilation mode. So they are probably still jubilating. But all in all, I think members will show. You see them trickling in, they'll come.
One meeting here, more decided and
Odia Casu Bechu, be a so and yellow bread. Then my must say Bechu, be a so by say Ghana. And no more Benaka as a my way and some at the time of soon, 6th of January 2025. The no more said my booby so. The Sika President Mahama Obey. The first big go to account budget, the first 3 months, first quarter of next year. Budget, let's say a man, as a parliament a man. We are tossing a monuments committee at the 71 holders, as on the banner so everyone was and other bills being agreements that they say when they can was it. Will be a thing that will be right about punishing. Yeah, we are punishing and then we are punishing. You know, I don't think that is of interest. We are 2 we saying will be on the level. And this is what we say they have 2/3 of Parliament next year. It's in their interest to come and support them and for us to, quickly wrap up and leave the stage for them. What they are saying. So why you say now we say we will be true. And I say that's why you're not quite clear. We need to finish here.
Yeah, now why do you strong conflict party? Party.
My orientation is different. Some me check be paying on them. Maybe should check me. But me who you grab me say boozy inflation. Like champion be Rollins be ba no say hold no ma. Control. Ni that one ya wo. To bia be ku a economy. Go no na we ba my popular. About na dey bi. What they say? Enti e hu no ma we nyina. Na ye ka economy ebinom say that about to Mwaba. They know who they can. They won't be needing to be able. The problem I want to say, maybe may swear be out of office as a member of Parliament. There were verbs and adjectives in the oath. Also, you protect, preserve, defend, and uphold the Constitution. So my fidelity is to the Constitution as a Ghanaian citizen. It's not to a political party. Party member partner, yes. I know as a party BBI means being going to say we more than everyone. The in a young Chima. The young Chima. Say no, but China being cool in one can. Now you know where Hannah could get you. Maybe I said, a buy, we were Eti nyese obi feel say na obi nyina na bebre so ahwete sa na bia ya hu ene kakra bedie. O dey say some of us we don't need government to survive really. I love this country at 21. I think I'm parliamentary minister. I say, yes, we can survive with that government. Oh, yes, it's all trying to man as a Ghana for the ratio who say and try to Ghana. You man have no NPP NDC. That's all right.
Sometimes the PC appeal for it to keep a cost currently.
PC appeal for or grass, always inside. On the other, indeed.
But are you facing any challenges?
I'm not facing any challenge. Tell the brain himself me right. The brain, I'm we had a crisis. That crisis demanded the resignation of Ken Ofori-Atta. We failed to back it up. And it has brought us where we are today. Oh, there is a woman person about and then I made it to me and 9 years after him say, oh, my own man. You say, you won't see him. Saying now, so like I said, there be Yena Yakwa campaign the party number power. It's Yena, yes, see, Timmy President Kasa say, there be a dream. Ministers need to wear sound. And on your bonnet and your time. But yes, yes, I'm for election. And yes, some Ghana for be a free. Ghana for Paya, Ghana for Pejuma. What I say before I'm going to Toba and a common to Metia to Mahama 2016. Maybe I'm that one here. What do I say? Yes, and I also Mama votes are 2016. And when you be black and white, you ain't go for an aqua. And we had Mama votes in every 115,000 per year. Here they over 2 million on 12. It is a way analysis we now to. Now we say, me, you have watched it, you know, make catch on, then you know, pray. Then the DSC, you would also catch on. The economy will always determine elections everywhere in the world. Every part of the world, the economy will determine the election. Everywhere. You get the economy wrong, you're on the way out. It's as simple as that.
You know when you want.
I know the assembly out in Ghana. In TV, in Yakasa. They say can be a car. What I say, but a car in the boy, they say, and me. Ghana for what you want. Getting an anchor transit near her, maybe a YNT Ghana for. Now maybe a Ghana fool if you say go for it as a multi million money. Mom put it. No basis I say we failed to take hold of the situation and I'm gonna fool we have their punishment. Until we live to find another day.
Are you happy with the outcome of elections?
I'm an NPP, but why would I be happy with an NPP?
If Ghanaians have done the right thing and you are
so that means majority Ghanaians are right. Some of the doors about 6 million minimum sanction. But I'm not trying to who the hell mom. 6 million no don't NDC for baby require the economic property. But I mean the fact remains that if you get the economy wrong, you're on your way out.
So are you happy Ghanaians are becoming discerning?
I know they are here. About to say as here to safety in here you feel as Obama in the year near what one in the year. That's the only way you can get accountability from Ghanaians.
Elections and all.
This is the 8th Parliament.
Yes.
8th Parliament is having a regular meeting. It is regular that after elections, to resume a short period, outstanding matters are discussed. Nothing special, nothing untoward. The 8th Parliament will continue as it started.
Before breaking for campaign and the elections, the issue was who to sit where because of Speaker's announcement of the 4 seats that were vacant. Today, where is minority going to sit? Where is majority going to sit? Where will the NPP side be?
What brought about? Is that matter still pending? Has the Supreme Court not ruled it out? So there's no question. And sometimes, frankly, you in the media generate needless controversy. If somebody else is insisting that we should, those other MPs are no longer members of Parliament, let that person be bold and say it. After the Supreme Court ruling, we should not encourage these things. Whatever or whoever came to that conclusion, the Supreme Court says you're wrong. So, Honorable Esiama is a member of Parliament, Cynthia is a member of Parliament, all the 4 of them. So wearing lies is where will you sit? We will sit where we have sat from 2021 today.
Can you expect more from us today?
Well, what else can you expect? Some people are demoralized, so you don't expect everybody to be able to be there. It's normal. From my experience in the last 4 parliaments, the last few days we hardly get a full. I'll not be surprised if we don't get a full.
Honorable, the free SHS bill is expected to be discussed in Parliament today. Are you confident it will be passed? That and other bills?
Are you aware of that? I'm not aware that any bill is going to be discussed today. The business of the House, as I knew, did not include any bill. I don't expect that any matter relating to the free SHS bill will be discussed today.
At the last sitting, we know that your colleagues had been accused of not attending business committee meetings. Has all of that been sorted out as you're returning today? Is there a clear understanding?
I think there was some misunderstanding. There was a business committee meeting scheduled, and there was a caucus meeting scheduled. Whoever went in earlier and dissolved that meeting knew that members of the majority were having a caucus meeting. Of course, during those times, mischief was also part of the political group, so we should understand that.
Thank you very much, sir.
Alternative and a better alternative. And they are totally different from voting. Voting there, they don't do not unicorn. They much there. It's always room for be a opposition.
And then Mukona, Janis and Faso, I occupy that. They been from some Bafanesa
into me occupied. And that's the digital answer is supreme. They go fast by any deal rule say will be because we could Gina or in Tina. We're free national Supreme Court say one NPP 4, NDC 4, any one more could drive. We be doing a MP 4 bill. Said the irrespective rulings happen. It is a wound to me Casadia. Sassam Memupi.
say Banisa,
a basta nipa or baby sabe ban. On no office of Parliament. So, person said, "Dear, you better want to